Hello all, welcome to the Mastering Up YouTube channel. Okay, so in our class in Foundation in Plant Physiology and Anatomy, today we are going to study about how mineral nutrients affect plants. Okay, so let's start with our class. So how mineral nutrients affect plants? Let's understand the role of essential elements in the plant growth. As we always do, let's start with the introduction. Okay, so plants require mineral nutrients for the growth, development and survival. These nutrients are absorbed primarily from the soil through roots. Mineral nutrients are categorized as macronutrients and micronutrients based on the amount required. Okay, before starting the class, I want to tell you all, the major source or the major sink of the nutrients is soil. Most of the nutrients are present in the soil and they are being absorbed through the root by the plants through various mechanisms, and we we cannot directly absorb nutrients from the surroundings, so we are dependent on this. We are heterotrophs, right? So we are dependent on these plants and meat and all. For the majorly animals are dependent on the plant for the nutrient uptake. So for absorption of nutrient and all, we are dependent on these things, because these plants have different mechanism to absorb nutrients from the soil and surroundings. Okay, so nutrients, they are mineral nutrients. They are of two types, macronutrients and micronutrients, based on the amount in which they are required. So macronutrients are needed in large amount, whereas micronutrients are needed in trace amounts, very little amount. So they are also called trace minerals. So macronutrients example include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. And this case of micronutrients, they involve iron, manganese, zinc, copper, molybdenum, boron, chlorine and nickel. Okay, so they are the examples of micronutrients and macronutrients. Other carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are also a part of macronutrients, but they are being absorbed through different ways. So these are the nutrients that are absorbed from the soil. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, they are obtained through water, carbon dioxide and all. Now let's start with the role. Here you can see I have written some roles of the macronutrients as a single point. Let's start with that, and from there we will discuss the major roles. Okay, for nitrogen promotes the leaf growth, component of amino acid and chlorophyll. Okay, so for nitrogen is very essential for the promotion of leaf growth, and they are also a part of what, amino acid and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, you know, it is important for the photosynthesis purpose. It's the pigment for photosynthesis. In case of amino acid, you know, amino acid together forms proteins, and proteins are very essential for different functions. And see, enzymes which enhances the activity of a process, they are proteins. So these proteins are very important. So amino acid which makes the protein is also very important. So the nitrogen are an essential, very essential macronutrient for the plant, also for humans also. Now coming to phosphorus, it is vital for energy transfer, ATP. So adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so phosphorus is very essential for the energy transfer processes, and it helps in root development and flowering. Now coming to potassium, it regulates the stomatal opening and closing. When we studied about the function or the action of stomata opening and closing, regulation of stomata, we studied the role of potassium there, the influx and outflux of potassium, right? And it also helps in enzyme activation, and it helps in disease resistance. Now coming to calcium, it's a structural role in cell wall and cell division. So, okay, so the calcium has a very important role in the cell wall formation and cell division. Now magnesium, it is the central atom in chlorophyll, enzyme activation, and it also helps in enzyme activation. So magnesium is the central atom in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, you know, pyrrole rings are present, and this magnesium, they are connected to the nitrogen. Here also I said nitrogen is there. So for the structure of chlorophyll, let me just show you. Here magnesium is present. Magnesium as central atom is present, and it is connected to 4 pyrrole rings. Okay, these pyrrole rings connected to the nitrogen of the 4 pyrrole rings. So it is like that, and nitrogen is a part of that ring. You can have planar form is there. a plane like form is there. Here it is like that, and they are interconnected to each other to form. And also they have a long chain is there, long tail is also there. So this is the structure of, so here you can see from this you can remember that magnesium and nitrogen, they are the part of chlorophyll. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Now coming to sulfur. Sulfur, it's a component of proteins and vitamins. So also here sulfur is also very important. So you can see nitrogen is a part of amino acid and sulfur is a part component of protein and vitamins. Now let's know about the role of micronutrients. Micronutrients, it helps in that is iron, essential for chlorophyll synthesis and respiration. Iron is also essential for the chlorophyll synthesis. And zinc, it is important for hormone production and enzyme function. Magnesium, it involves in the photosynthesis, nitrogen metabolism. And boron, it aids in the cell wall formation and reproductive development. Copper plays a role in photosynthetic boron, it's responsible for, it aids in the cell wall formation and reproductive development. Also in case of macronutrient, one is a cell wall composition is there, that is calcium. You can see calcium is a structural role in the cell wall and cell division. Here boron aids in cell wall formation and reproductive development. You just need to connect each other, okay, by connecting different different nutrients. You can just remember all these functions, because they used to ask these in questions. Now coming to copper, it plays a role in photosynthetic and respiratory enzymes. Molybdenum helps in nitrogen fixation and nitrate reduction. So nitrogen fixation, through nitrogen fixation only the plants can, atmospheric nitrogen is converted to ammonia, and ammonia is converted to nitrate, and nitrate is converted to nitrite. Ammonia is converted to nitrite, and nitrate is converted to nitrate, and this nitrate is being absorbed, NO3-, this is being absorbed by the plant. So this helps for this nitrogen fixation and all. Molybdenum helps. And nickel, it is required for urease activity, and chlorine assists in osmosis and ionic balance. Okay, so these are the role of micro and macronutrients, major micro and macronutrients. You can take a screenshot or something and learn it. Now deficiency symptoms. Okay, when we are growing a plant, and if we see some differences in the growth of the plant, we need to provide the nutrients externally, so it helps in the growth. So for that we need to identify the deficiency symptom of the nutrients. Like major nutrients, we can say nitrogen deficiency. Nitrogen deficiency can be caused by yellowing of the older leaves, chlorosis. Phosphorus deficiency can be caused by the stunt growth, purplish leaf. So the purplish leaf, it is the major indication of phosphorus deficiency. Potassium deficiency, leaf heads browning or scorching. Iron deficiency, intervinal chlorosis in young leaves. And boron deficiency, brittle tissues and poor fruit development. In this diagram there are different deficiency symptoms. Let's just look into this also. Calcium, new leaves mishappen or stunned, existing leaves remain green. So then when the new leaves become stunned or like this wrinkled or something, you can see that that's because the deficiency of calcium, because the cell wall formation is not accurate. For iron and all, intervinal chlorosis are there, and the young leaves are yellow and white with green veins. Okay, so between the veins the plus yellowing is present, intervinal, between the veins, and mature leaves are normal. So in case of potassium, we said leaf heads browning or scorching is there. So yellowing at tips and edges, especially in young leaves, dead and yellow patches or spots develop on the leaves. So in case of manganese, yellow spots or elongated holes between the veins. Okay, so this is the deficiency symptom of manganese. At magnesium, lower leaves turn yellow from inward and veins remain green. Okay, so the lower leaves turn yellow and from inwards veins remain green. Okay, and phosphate, leaves darker than normal, loss of leaves. Okay, phosphate also, this is there. And carbon dioxide, white deposits, stunt growth, plant die back. This is the die back, means they just bend backward and die. And nitrogen, upper leaf light green, yellow, and lower leaves yellow. bottom, older leaves, yellow and shriveled. So basically chlorosis is happening. So these are the deficiency symptoms of some of the nutrients. Okay, so the effect of excess nutrients, toxicity. When the nutrients are deficient, they will show some deficiency symptoms and all. If also everything need to have an optimum amount. If it exceeds or precedes the optimum amount, it's very harmful. So effect of excess nutrients. Nitrogen excess, excessive vegetative growth, delayed flowering. For nitrogen, if the excessive nitrogen is there, they will form excessive vegetative growth and the flowering will be delayed. And potassium, excess of potassium, interference with the magnesium and calcium uptake, and micronutrient toxicity, leaf burn, chlorosis, growth inhibition will be there. So soil and nutrient management, pH affects the nutrient availability. Okay, so different nutrients have different pH levels. So the nutrients have optimum pH level for their availability through the roots. So soil pH affects the nutrient availability. Over fertilization can harm plants and environment through this toxicity. When if we apply the over fertilization, so these things, toxicity will happen. And use of organic compost, balanced fertilization to soil testing is recommended. So while we are doing a farming something, we need to have maximally the use of organic compost should be there, and a balanced fertilization should be done. Also the soil should be tested. Now, so that was with our class of these mineral nutrients. This is the basic class about the availability of mineral nutrients to the plants. So as a conclusion, mineral nutrients is essential for the plant health and productivity. Both deficiency and excess can negatively affect the growth. Deficiency, we saw the symptoms, and excess toxicity can also cause harmful to the plant growth. And proper nutrient management ensures suitable, sustainable plant development. Okay, so proper nutrient management should be done. Okay guys, so that's all with the class. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any doubt, you can just ask. Okay, thank you all. Meet you in the next class.